Hello makers, it's Joel from Maker Studio, and I am here today to introduce to you a new project that we have that we are calling CoBuild19. So we know that a lot of you are at home, schools have been canceled, work has been canceled, and you're home with students who either have e-learning or just school canceled. And we know that that can be a difficult time to try to come up with some meaningful, fun activities for you and your family to do. So that's what this CoBuild19 is all about. We wanted to give you some video resources to create activities and lessons for your students at home that are very hands-on oriented, and most of them will be STEM related, so science, technology, engineering. We have art, math, computer science, and a whole bunch more. These are all maker-oriented activities, but don't worry, you don't need a makerspace to do these activities. Most of them will be either low-tech or even no-tech. The most advanced that we'll get is you might download a piece of free software or a free app for things that you'll do. We'll have several different videos that we'll have coming out over the next few weeks. Hopefully they'll be fun. We would love to hear from you, your thoughts on these videos as they come out. If you have questions or if some instructions that we give don't quite make sense, feel free to leave a comment and let us know how we can improve these videos so that they're more useful as we go on through the next few weeks. Okay, so that's it. Let's jump into our very first CoBuild19 video, which we're going to be making a LeWitt style artwork using a set of instructions. All right, here we go. Okay, so let's get started. But first, let's get a little bit of background information here. I said that we're going to create a LeWitt style artwork that is made with a set of instructions. But let's get a little bit of background on who LeWitt was. LeWitt was a 20th century artist. He was known as one of the founders of the minimalism art movement. He was also known as an early pioneer in conceptual art. He became famous by doing these artworks that really just existed as a set of instructions. So if he was going to be showing in a gallery or a museum, he would just forward on to the gallery or to the museum a set of instructions, and then the workers at the gallery were expected to follow this set of instructions to create this final piece or piece of artwork. A lot of this really questioned what is the art in this case. Is it the final product, being the drawing or the assemblage or whatever it might be? Or is it something else? Is it the set of instructions that LeWitt was giving to people? Or was it just the idea or the concept that consisted as the art? This also brings up the whole idea of authorship. Who is the artist in this case? Is it LeWitt who was writing the instructions, or was it the craftspeople who were actually following that set of instructions to bring the quote-unquote artwork to life? All of these were really interesting questions that were being addressed by what LeWitt was doing. What I particularly like about these kinds of artworks is they're really adaptable for classroom instruction, because you can use them to teach concepts, everything from art and authorship to science and math. In fact, one of the ways that you can use this is to talk about computer programming, because essentially when you're writing a computer program, you're creating algorithms, and algorithms are really just a set of instructions that you are to follow in order to output something. And that's exactly what LeWitt was doing, is creating an algorithm for how to output an artwork. So that's one way. The other way is through the craftsmanship. There's lots of different ways that you can take this. So you could really incorporate a lot of math into this by including isosceles triangles and using compasses, or if you wanted to put in some measurements so that you could teach ruler skills or the metric system or other things. There's just so many different ways that you can use a LeWitt type artwork to teach different content. So we're going to keep it really, really simple today. I'm just going to provide you with a really simple set of instructions. As far as materials, all you need is a pencil or a pen, one color for today, but we'll talk after the video about a little bit of other ways of adapting this for other purposes or in other ways to kind of build on it. The other thing that you need is just some paper. So I'm just going to be using a heavy cardstock paper. This is just cheap Target paper that I had sitting around the house. You can use whatever you like. If you want to use cardboard or poster board or butcher paper or whatever it is that you want to use, feel free to use it and make it as big or small as you would like. Okay, you ready to get started? Here we go. Step one is to divide your surface into 3 equal rectangles by drawing lines. Step 2, inside the rectangles, draw 3 equally sized shapes. One should be a square, one a triangle, and one a circle. These shapes should be spaced equally apart from one another, and there should be one shape inside of each rectangle. In the first shape, draw diagonal lines inside of the shape. In the second shape, draw horizontal lines inside of the shape. And in the third shape, draw vertical lines inside the shape. In the first rectangle, with the shape that has diagonal lines, draw horizontal lines outside of the shape. In the second rectangle, with the shape that has horizontal lines, draw vertical lines outside of the shape. And in the final rectangle that has the shape with vertical lines, again, draw horizontal lines outside of that shape. Finally, draw a thick, dark border around your entire surface. Don't forget to sign your artwork. So that's it. It's pretty easy, right? This is what I call a low floor and high ceiling kind of activity because it's so easy to get started. But you can use it in an infinite variety of ways to make it as easy or difficult, or use it for low levels of kindergarten up through high school if you want to, and beyond, because you can turn it, heck, you could turn it into a party game for your next gathering and have people do it like it's a scavenger hunt or something. So I want to talk though about some other ways that you can adapt this, because what I'm expecting is that you're going to take this simple idea that I started with and you're going to adapt it and you're going to make it fit to what you want to use it to teach. So let's say, for example, at the beginning I talked about increasing it so that you are incorporating much more math skills. You could use protractors and compasses and have rulers that have metric system in it. You use it as a way to alter the instructions so that you're teaching that content as well. Or maybe you want more art content in here. You could adapt the instructions and have some of the lines be in one color and then other lines be in a complementary color. You can teach the concepts of parallel and perpendicular as far as math. And then you can also change the set of instructions to really increase the hand skills that you're developing as well. So you could do paper cutouts where you have cutting out shapes and cutting out stripes and that sort of thing. Or you could even go really big with it and make it be huge cardboard boxes that you assemble into giant sculptures and things like that, or whatever it is, whatever materials that you have at home. Maybe you've got paver bricks or something that you have sitting around in your garage. You could use those. So the point is that this is an endlessly adaptable exercise. So hopefully you had fun doing this little lesson. We would love to see what you built or what you drew or what you made out of this. So please take lots of pictures and post those on social media with a couple of hashtags for us. The first one, specific for this lesson, would be hashtag Sol, S-O-L. So hashtag Sol for this one, and then also with the hashtag CoBuild19, so that we can see what everybody is out there doing with all of these video lessons that we're doing. Good luck, have fun, and keep making stuff.